All right guys, welcome back to the channel. I had to get this out now. I've just got a huge haul off Marketplace. Everything was free, take as much as you want. And there were just heaps of mostly small tanks, but full of fish. She wanted it all gone. Pumps, aerators, aquarium plants. And I'm overwhelmed. I don't know if I should have done it, but I did. I didn't get all of it, but I got a lot of it. There's a couple of other people. But I'm hot and sweaty from carting everything into the ute, so I'm gonna have a break. I've just brought it into the patio and I'm so out of room, it's not funny. I need a break. I'm gonna have some lunch and then we'll do a quick video and I'll show you what the haul is and see if you can help me work out what to do with it. I want to try and breed them. I want to separate them into their colours. I don't know what's in half of it because it's all murky tubs. There's a preview of it. So anyway, we'll run through it all and yeah, we'll see what we're going to do. Right guys, let's have a look at what I got today. Yeah, like I said, there was a post went up on one of your suburb groups saying free fish tanks, come and want everything gone. And it was also put up on Marketplace as well. So I jumped on it. I wasn't even the first person, but I think I was the first person at the actual house. I thought I'd missed out, but the lady got back to me after about half an hour and I said, look, I'll come straight away. And yeah, I was the first one there. I thought it would have been half gone. The platies have just come out. Let's turn that around. So I just brought these 3 tanks into the garage. Probably because the platies look really nice. I didn't want to risk losing them. The tanks don't have air on them at the moment out in the patio, and I could hook these straight up to air. So this tank here is platies, and I think I threw in a guppy. Yeah, but as I was saying, it was a massive haul, big post. And there were all these little tanks, tubs full of fish. I got all these, sponge filters. These are great. You can't get enough of these. It was really lovely lady, and another person turned up while I was there. She grabbed a couple of tanks. I helped her take them out to a car. And yeah, this is how they were. I brought them home with the water in it, threw them in the ute, and thankfully they made it okay. So there's a nice platy there. Here's a nice one, or she. So yeah, they're all that nice orange black ones. There's a black guppy there. I'm still learning my guppies, so if you know the names of any colours, I know all of them aren't going to have names, but I think I picked him out and I threw him in this tank. So I'm going to have to make up tubs and I'd like to separate the colours. So this is another one. Now I think this has got cherry shrimp in it. There's one there. Yeah, there's one up there. Look at these snails. What are these? Malaysian trumpet snails? Not sure. They seems to have a nice colouring on them. If you know, let me know. Can we see anything up the top? Guys, if you're doing this on a budget like I am, just go to garage sales, check out Marketplace, put in some alerts, some saved searches, And you do end up finding quite a lot of free stuff or really cheap stuff. And that's how I do everything. Here's a nice bit of driftwood that I got. So there's two different plants there. That's a nice moss. I thought it was algae. I hadn't looked at it properly. There's guppy grass. Got a stack of that. That water's actually quite clean, which is good. I'll try and see later how many cherry shrimp are in there. But there's got a plant. There's that Elodia. Is that how you say it? Elodia. That's quite nice too. Quite clean. Grab this jar. And I don't know if it had anything in it. I threw in a bunch of guppies because I didn't want to take any more tanks, and this jar was sitting there with this plant in it, guppy grass. I'll just turn this pump off for a minute. So there we got some nice guppies down there. See if I can get in there. Sorry about that footage. There we go, it's a better shot. What are those yellow and black ones called? I know some of them snake skins and all this sort of stuff. I'm not up with all the names. They could be hungry. I'll give them a feed soon. There's a big one. Ooh. That's nice guppy grass in there. It's quite clean it's a nice jar actually. Clean that jar up and it will look quite good. So that's what's in there. I don't think there's anything else in there. Got this pump while I was there. 4 outlet working well. Here's some of the sponge filters I was able to get. Nice little ones, nano ones. All right, we'll head out to the patio and we'll see what we've got out there. I'm thinking now I should have taken a video of all the stuff in the back of the ute. It certainly looked more impressive than what it does now. But anyway, we'll have a look at what I picked up, see what fish we can see, and yeah, let's have a look. All right, so I've just had these, I've put them on air overnight because I didn't really know the quality of the water, but this is pretty much what I picked up. I put another 3 tanks in the garage because I just wanted to make sure those ones were had protected from any cold snaps or anything like that. There was some really nice platies in there and cherry shrimp. So let's have a look through. So first off, I just got a stack of, like, these are mostly Kmart filters, but it wasn't the filters I did want a few, but I was going for most of these sponge filters. Now I may double up in this video because I've done it over a couple of days because it's been really noisy around my place, and so I've forgotten what I've done. But I think I covered the driftwood I picked up, but we'll have another look at that. So these are just spare tanks. I've got guppy grass growing in it. So I've got some sponges sitting in there just to keep them moist. Picked up some really nice driftwood. Heaps of that guppy grass I've just been sitting there for a while. I'm going to use it. But I got a stack of plants that I'll show you. Look at this beautiful driftwood. This stone. So Yeah, stack of aerators. I've got the aerators. Actually, let's have a look at the aerators. This one and another one inside. So yeah, some good equipment. Let's have a look at some of these tanks. These look lovely. Let's see if I can, a lot of frog bit in the way. Lovely orange tails. That's the female. There's a male. See if I can pick him up. That's the female again. Now that might be the male. Gee, these are lovely. Sorry, I'm doing some bad footage here. Alright, so that's that tank. Now these guys, these are lovely. These are beautiful colours. I don't know if I'll be able to get these. They're like neon colours. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. Doesn't help too much. Look at this guy. Okay, stay there, stay there. Won't focus for me. Let's have a look in this tub. A lot of big clumps of algae. Look at that. I mean, it's helping keeping the water clean. So like I said previously, I haven't properly looked in any of these tubs. I threw them on air when I got them home, and I've got a tank setting up. These are all not many colours going on in this one. All right, a jar. I don't think there's anything in this. I just threw these in to keep the sponges wet, just in case I had to use them straight away. This one just had some nice clean guppy grass in it. There's a nice big snow. Alright, so there's nothing in there. Alright, now we go over to this lot. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. Got some nice oranges down in there. This guy's like, he's gorgeous. This one's lovely. I've just turned up the exposure, that's why my hand looks like that, just so we can get a better shot in the tank. So sorry about that, but it's pretty dull in the patio. Can't see much going on down there. Yeah, it's easily disturbed. All right, let's have a look in this tub. Look at all this duckweed. Clean underneath though. Look at this guy. He's going to let me pick him up. No. Might have to do another. Gee, there's a fat female. I'm going to have to get these guys in a tank. There's lots of fry in here. I'll have to do a separate video for this one because I can't get in there. All right, what do we got in this one? Yeah, nice. Next one, another nice piece of driftwood. Yeah, lovely flame tails. If any of these have a name, guys, please let me know. Oh, we've got a black one down here. Looks nice. All right, so they're all the tubs. So it doesn't look much, but when you're loading it up in your back of your ute with all this gear, yeah, you definitely notice it. Thankfully, they all got home safely. I didn't even lose too much water. Right, now I'll show you the plants. I may have showed you already, but I'll show you again because there's better lighting. So we got, I don't want to spread any more duckweed. Yeah, we got a stack of red root floater, frog bit, or red rooter as I like to call it, and some beautiful guppy grass that isn't covered in algae. It's really nice. I'm going to put this stuff in a big tub. I want to start growing this because the tub I got it out of was just a normal tub like that, maybe bigger than that, and they had all this on top, guppy grass underneath, and it was all beautiful. No mosquitoes, no mosquito larvae or anything. But yeah, this is really nice. This is going to look good. And the same again. That's how much I got. This is fantastic. This frog bit's beautiful, isn't it? All guppy grass. And that's a little pond I'm in the process of making. It's ready to put fish in. I was going to do a separate video on that. We can look at that another time. So I got, I had this spare tank here. I decided to fill it up with water when I start separating these guppies so I can really appreciate them in it. It's pretty much ready to go. I'm not too worried about the cycling. The guppies are pretty strong. It's fresh, clean water. What you can't really go wrong. The sponge is in there, so that's helping. I've just got to hook it up. I might put another sponge in there. I'll probably bring out another spare tank and put it here, and that way I can appreciate them and then start splitting them up and working out what I want to do with them. Find the colours that match. Now this, what I'm doing here is I had a bunch of really nice driftwood, and it didn't sink. It kept floating to the top, so I thought I'd saturate it. I'd soak it in water so it sinks. But this has been here for weeks now, and it's not sinking. So I'm done with this. This is just disgusting mess. There's no mosquitoes or anything because I had the shade cloth on it, but I couldn't be bothered doing this. I mean, they're massive bits of driftwood. I'm not going to have a tank that even needs that. And I did put a piece, might have been one of these pieces I did put in with my rainbows and blue eyes, and you can see the tannins. The tank just went brown as, and I know a little bit of tannins is good, but yeah, you can't appreciate the fish when there's that much. So I'm done with this. This is an ugly mess. And I'm going to use this tub for something else, because my swordtails are just getting big and fat, and I have a lot of fry. So yeah, that's going. I don't know what I'll do with that wood, but that's that. And I think that's it for now. What I did want to show you was this beautiful plant I picked up. I actually picked up some fish tank stuff from a garage sale last week, and the lady said I can take all this, as much weed as I want, or plants, whatever you want to call it. This is just one container. I've got another container of it. This stuff is fantastic. I had to Google search this one. This is 3-stamen water wart. I don't know what that all means, but let's just call it water wart. It's a rooted plant, and it grows like a carpet, which looks, when I saw it in the tank, it looked really good. Apparently it is it can survive floating, but I don't know about that. I'm gonna plant some tanks with this. And I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but it's lush. It's beautiful, lush and green. And yeah, so yeah, that was a nice pickup. I can't get enough plants because they're bloody expensive from the shop. Guys, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, what an amazing pickup. That was all free. I've got a bit of work to do sorting all them out, but I'm going to enjoy it. And that's my rainbow tank and blue eyes in the background there. They don't like lights. They disappear every time I put a light on. So there we go, there's a bit of movement. That's a 4-foot bookshelf tank, beautiful, beautiful tank. That was another marketplace pickup. And what is that noise? Yeah, so that's the rainbows, my natives. There's gudgeons in there too, but I don't see them much. I wanted to keep that tank simple. I think that's an Amazon sword. I wanted to see the fish this time and not overplant it. But anyway, yeah, that's that. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and yeah, stay tuned for the next video.